All right, y'all. We are back with another video, back with another reaction, backslash. Let's talk about it. So recently, we have been hearing a lot about Cam Newton. Quote unquote, he is creating broken homes because he has 8 children with 3 different women. And a lot of people on the internet are saying that Cam Newton is very confused because when Dr. Bryant asked him, does he want more kids? Or he said he wanted more kids, and he said he wanted God to bring them to him. I'm going to leave it at that until we get to that point. This is almost 3 hours. It's 2 hours and 32 minutes. I'm guaranteeing you right now, I'm not watching all this. My attention span is going to be all over the place, borderline zone out. So I'm only going to get to the important parts of the vid that a lot of people are watching, which is a lot. So go ahead and let's get started to about, let's start about right here.
So I would say it this way.
This is, I don't know, a chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defining true love with Dr. Bryant. Let's start here.
I mean, you've obviously been vocal in talking about running away from things and doing this, it being trauma. Do you have a tangible source in your life, ever had a tangible source in your life that you can touch, see, feel, experience what true love actually is, a healthy relationship?
Yes.
Who is that?
Yes.
She kind of looked like, movie was that? She kind of looks like, what's the movie? Never mind.
My grandmother and my father. And now that my mom is sober, my mother. But in her addiction, it was my grandmother who raised me and my father, thank God, who didn't allow me to be a fatherless girl, and we were best friends.
No.
And I feel like that's what every family needs is a father. Don't get it confused. Every father needs to be involved, or some type of uncle, grandfather. Somebody needs to be balanced for every child because they need that. They can't have too much of one thing, or else they're gonna end up being more of that than having a perfect balance of the loving, nurturing of a mother, and then the, stand on 10 toes of a father.
Who didn't allow me to be a fatherless girl, and we were best friends. And
No.
You're talking about a romantic relationship?
Yes. That relationship where we're talking about, the question was, were your parents married, right? And they weren't, so that having an impact on you, and that's why you strung them shoestrings up tight.
She kind of looked like the mom from Johnson's Family Vacation. If I ever seen that movie, Family Vacation. Let's look at the cast. What's her name? Vanessa Williams. She kind of looked like Vanessa Williams in the face from Johnson's Family Vacation.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, have you being who you are and knowing the right things and unpacking and this.
Knowing them now. Yes.
Have you identified someone that you can touch, that you can call, that you know that is what you want to be? Like, instead of running away from something, you running to something that you're like, I want that. And who is that for you?
So it is not an individual, no. It's still an ideology. It's still something that I've created in my mind. And so there's not a person that I look at and I say this very humbly, besides myself, because I've done a hell of a job of working through my pain pockets. I've done a hell of a job of getting myself to a place of thriving and no longer surviving. And so that person is me. I look at myself and I say, I want to be you. I look at myself and I say,
So this is a black woman with self-confidence.
Love you. I look at myself and I thank that little girl for surviving. And then that little girl looks at that woman and she says, thank you for learning.
This is a strong black woman right here, chat.
To thrive. Because now I'm able to be a little girl and do the things I can do. And I no longer have to protect you as a woman and show up in your relationships, because there's no place for a little girl or a child in adult relationships, not just only romantically, but professionally. And so I would honestly have to say that that woman would be me working through, conditions of love and coming to a place of self-love. Yeah, 100%. I am who I want to be.
Okay,
I'm
so
her.
this is a thing, or to the anniversary, or to the
Right,
party, or to
right.
this or to that. We need people who gonna help me when I need help in an unconventional, or when the situation is not so much straight and narrow.
Right.
That's why it's triggering to me.
So let me hear you right, correct. It's triggering to you because what you hear me saying, which sounds like we have a little slight disconnect. What you hear me saying is that I don't have a go-to person when Tyrone, which I don't have a Tyrone, thank God, or something is off kilter.
Okay, Dr. Bryant, you didn't have to do the straight to the Tyrones though. Like, what's up with that? Y'all see how she just threw shade at Tyrones out there?
We have a little slight disconnect. What you hear me saying is that I don't have a go-to person when Tyrone, which I don't have a Tyrone, thank God, or
Why she throws shade at the Tyrones? Like, what they do?
something is off
Am I
kilter in
not
my
tapped in with the Tyrones? Like, what did they do wrong?
world, that you hear me saying I don't have a go-to person or a resource that can
Tyrone, Jamal,
help me process
Daquan Tavius's.
through that.
Correct.
Okay.
Or I can also add to that, you don't have a healthy ecosystem. Where I'll give you an example.
No, I got you.
Staying on point is
Go ahead.
quick. So if I take a relationship serious with an individual, it's going to be hard for that individual to understand or to fight for something if her resources are single women,
I agree.
are bachelorettes,
I agree.
are divorcees,
I agree.
are certain situations. And I'm like,
100%.
so they say birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you're the only good girl out of all these?
And another thing, people give advice from their results. Right. So every day we live on the results of our decisions. And so they're giving you advice on things they have experience in. If it's single, it's experience in being single. If it's married, it's advice from a married woman. So what I'm saying is, yes, I have a strong support system. I have a healthy ecosystem. I have people that I do go to. And the Bible says, do I seek wise counsel? Yes. And I have wise counsel within my world and within my foundation.
So
Now,
you have
when
them now? Or?
Yes, I have them now. Yes, I have that.
But when I just asked you,
No,
the simple
that's not
question
what you
before-
asked me, or how I received it was, is there anyone who I look to that I'd want to be like or admire? I don't have that. That person would be myself.
So she pretty much idolizes herself.
But as far as a
'Cause
support
I know in the Bible it says you cannot have idols because that's fallen idolatry.
system, not only do I have a therapist, not only do I have a pastor, not only do I have a mother, and I have a circle of wealth, which I call friends and support system, who, male and female, single and married, who, that's why I said, some do have healthy relationships and some don't have healthy relationships, but they're all part of my ecosystem. Again, contrast, the person who doesn't have a healthy relationship is also teaching me things on what not to do and things I may not want to do. Folks like your mom, who are extremely wise, who, are still, I'm guessing from what you said, still with your dad.
Right.
She has a different perspective that definitely adds to, me processing through my journey and what that looks like. So I have a very equally yoked circle of resources that help me through whatever I'm going through for the clarity. But do I have somebody who I look to that I want to be like? That person is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Team, it's been a grind,
So,
but
yeah,
I
you
think
idolize
I've aged
yourself.
you well.
You got it. You got that. She pretty much looks up to herself and looks back at the little girl that she was and says, like, I did bad all by myself.
Alone.
Basically.
Yeah, man. And I for the sake of my cigar, I mean,
is gone.
yeah, it's about to get there. I just want to ask a simple question.
And it's going to be a simple answer.
Hopefully within the time frame of me smoking this cigar. Do you want to get married?
Hard, yes. Absolutely want to get married.
So my question is, if you've never seen a healthy marriage, how are you able to identify one?
So let me answer again. I didn't grow up in the household where a healthy marriage was something that was present for learned behavior. I am 41 years old. I'm an adult who has done a lot of work. So in
As a grown woman.
today's world, with my work and my healing and my old friends who I have now made new friends, I now have, and I do see healthy relationships.
But
But-
none that you want to be like, yo,
No,
I
because
like what y'all have.
Right.
I want to emulate that.
no, and it's not because what they have isn't healthy. It's because I have a strong sense of self, and I'm not knocking people who look to other people and say, I would like that, or I get what you're saying. There's nothing wrong with that. But I have a strong sense of self, and I don't want what someone else has. I want what is aligned in God's will for me is. And so I have a strong understanding that what's for me ain't gonna look like your healthy relationship. And if I get caught up in, I want that, or I want it to mirror that, then I may be looking and meeting my husband saying, you don't fit this box, which is called compartmentalizing. And my husband, who's God sending to me after all my work, doesn't need to fit a box. He needs to come authentically who he is. And my job is to love him where he is, how he is, and pray on the ways that I don't understand.
That's what we need. See, this is what we need more of, though. But the problem with this generation is if he's not tall enough when I wear heels, I don't want him. Listen to what she just said.
God
Like,
sending
come
to
on, we
me
need
after
more
all
of
my
this.
work.
She wants to build with somebody from the ground up. A lot of women nowadays, they don't want to build an empire. They just want to join they want to hop on board, hop on ship. And that's probably broken.
Doesn't need to fit a box. He needs to come authentically who he is. And my job is to love him where he is, how he is, and pray on the ways that I don't understand, because I'm not supposed to lean onto my own understanding. I'm supposed to trust God in all his ways. And when doing that, that means I'm not looking for anything externally to idolize. When I have myself in God and I know that who my husband is, I will feel it. I don't have to see it in someone else's world. And the other thing is we got to be careful with wanting what somebody else has from the optics, because it can look like we want this beautiful mansion and we go in that house, excuse my language, that motherfucker's more homeless than people who sleep on the street. Because just because you got four walls and you have a marble floors and you have a gated home and you have a 10,000 or 20,000 square foot home doesn't mean that thing ain't more homeless than the person who's in a high rise apartment, or a person who's in a single apartment living in downtown LA and they're a student who's poor, okay?
A home is a home.
That has nothing to do with it. So I'd rather have a little apartment with my husband and baby, we got wealth, than be in a big mansion like a lot of people have.
See what I'm saying? This is what we need more of. Why we don't have more of this? Women be like, oh, if I wear heels and he's shorter than me, I can't be with him. She just said she'd rather be with somebody from the ground with one apartment and build up to that type of lifestyle. She wants to build an empire. She wants a team built around her. She wants to pick somebody up and be like, you know what? We gonna build this together. And we gonna make a team for us. Not just, oh, you got some money.
Done.
Give me my money. Like,
And be
that's
homeless in that thing. And I'm sitting here creating this image for my people to admire me, but I'm dying in the inside. When you talk about resources and people, I don't want no friends around me who can see me as a mansion, but let me die as a homeless person internally. I'm good. And nor do I want to be the woman who says, I want what Cam and this woman has, not knowing that when this
You
woman
don't know what they going through. You want to be you want to be LeBron and Savannah James so bad, but you don't know what they going through. You know what I mean? So I get what she's
knows whatever she going, she's really speaking the real about what y'all got going, but she not gonna tell me, because she wants me to keep feeding her trauma, which is that mask and that costume she's wearing, to make people think that relationship is good. I'll
when it's probably not even. It's probably the exact opposite.
pass. I'll take what God has for me, and I will continue to pray for those who I see have a healthy relationship and support them. But I don't want nothing nobody has, because it's not mine. And if it ain't yours, y'all, you can't keep it. You can't sustain it. So stop wanting things that ain't yours. Stop wanting things that don't belong to you. That's called despair. Get you some help. Get you some healing, get you a sense of self, and start wanting things that are yours. And then you may not end up with a man who's beating your ass, because
See what I'm saying? You sitting up here wanting somebody's relationship so bad, and then when God give it to you, and you getting hands put on you, You say it's God's fault. It's not. You asked for it. You want to get Chris Breezy so bad. That's your fault because you wanted it. Instead of praying for something that's really meant for you, a real healthy relationship. Pray for something that you really want. You see what I'm saying?
Because you thought he was putting her on jets and buying her Birkin bags and taking her to nice restaurants when she was going home getting her ass beat. But you wanted it though, right?
You wanted it, you prayed for it.
Be careful what you ask for.
Right.
Start asking God, reveal to me what I'm saying I want. So I understand the transparency of it. God, reveal to me what's mine so I can have that. And I don't end up praying to you to get out of it. I don't rush to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama or a baby daddy. We don't want what
She said she about to say period.
nobody else has. We want
What's the new word people been saying? Demure?
ours
So demure.
because that is good enough.
Ah,
Black culture feeds
did that.
fashion, but fashion
I understood 100% what she said.
is pairing
Y'all want these Birkin bags, jet ski relationships. I done flew to unknown islands, not knowing what's going on behind.
I caught that pic.
You caught the pig. Just because you
You caught the pig is crazy though.
talking loud, just because
I wasn't loud.
Just because your
No, you was screaming. You was screaming and using profanity. You know what you was doing.
voice
She got deep in her duffel, her Dr. Bryant bag.
is
I wasn't
inflected.
loud.
Just because you're leaning
You got
forward,
in your Dr. Bryant bag. You stared directly into the depths of my soul with this. Look.
Ass because you thought he was putting her doors, and then you may not end up with a man who's beating your ass because you thought he was putting her on jets and buying her Birkin bags and taking her to nice restaurants when she was going home getting her ass beat.
Yeah, you was in your Dr. Bryant bag. Yeah, all right. What about you weren't loud? You knew what you was doing.
Loud.
Talking about.
just because your
You
voice
talking
is
I
about?
wasn't
inflected,
loud.
just because you're leaning forward to your
I
camera,
wasn't loud.
doesn't mean you just called.
See, there,
I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to my people. Who I
All
want
I'm
to get
trying
right.
to say is you took something completely out of context when I said your resources around you that you said.
Yes. We cleared that up though.
Yeah, but the resources that you have around you of healthy relationships,
They are.
not that you want that. You said, you took what I said, and yeah, I said, I want that, but it's not, I want
No,
what they have.
I don't.
It's more of an admiration for what they have.
No.
And it's like, yo, like, I admire that about their relationship.
There you go. Now, hold on. That's no, because the latter part, I have single girlfriends I admire how they are as women. I have married girlfriends who I do admire their relationship, meaning I love that it's healthy for you. I love that you and him
Yeah, but
are
you're talking
doing
about
this.
mansions and,
But-
and beating
but-
and
but
all that.
Cam-
Yeah,
Man,
because I'm like, I get what she's saying though, but that ain't what he asking. Now that I was reminded of what he was asking, she kind of went like over the hedge. But I get what she was saying if this was like a different kind of question that he was asking.
mention none of
Hold
that.
on,
I just said,
Cam. If it went over your dreadlocks, bring it back.
Oh gosh, here we go. Now you talking about his dreadlocks. Here.
yeah,
Let's
but
stay
you're
here.
talking about you
Why are
catching
you talking about his dreadlocks though? You know he dressed like this. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean character. Now you want to get on his hat and his dreadlocks?
pics, but you
Why
just
you
over
doing
here
that?
just you on a TV timeout.
Cam, we're not on the football field. Let's bring it back here.
Yeah, but
I
you
took it
used
to the
that
football
analogy.
field. I'm sorry. We're back here. I brought it
I got that pig.
back.
Period. See,
Baby,
there
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not fleeing. I'm here.
Say less.
I'm here. Yeah.
So all I was saying is you saying that that's what I like is more of a
So my question is, would she date somebody that's broke? Heck no. You see this ice on her wrist and on her neck? See these nails? Yeah, she ain't
Word.
date nobody broke. But she will build with somebody that has something going for themselves, but she ain't picking you up off the street like these. Backpack.
way to saying I
That's
admire
crazy,
what
though.
they have and I want to implement that into my relationship as well. Single people.
And then again, how did it go from Dr. Brian wanting to get married to you getting your A double snakes beat?
I don't know what other therapists, psychologists, or coaches do, but I don't coach married couples. Stick with me. People come to me who are married.
So what is this fairy tale myth?
Self,
Alright,
but
that's the
understand the different languages that men can speak. Also, it's allowed me to have more compassion and break my fairy tale ideology that women have. I always say this: men get married and become a father and go, "Oh shoot, okay, I didn't know it was gonna take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the car and do this and love her more and balance all this." Women,
they doing all that just so they ain't gotta get put on child support.
we meet you and we're like,
They ain't trying to pay that extra judge fine on a regular basis every 30 days.
idea in our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming. And the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No.
No.
But I always just thought my husband would.
Well, again, you prayed for that.
Your husband or this man? So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist?
I ain't gonna ask a good question.
Or are you making this man fit this man? So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist?
So basically, I guess what she's saying is, are you really getting to know the person that you're trying to deal with or settle down with? Or are you trying to convert him from being who he really is to this fairy tale, the man that kissed the frog type of person? You know what I'm saying? It's this Prince type
Anyways.
character.
And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come,
You know what I
come in
mean?
and go, all right, I'm here and I'm gonna learn how to be the best I can for you.
What you should never do, you should never be like that. Because what happens is, when you try to do that, you're losing yourself. When you're trying to make the other person happy for their standards, you're trying to fit their standards and not who you truly are. So realistically, you're trying to help them, but you're hurting yourself.
And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting.
Right, you taking too long. You taking your sweet old time. So she gonna try to go back in the market, go back in the club. FREE. That man can't hang with me. All that in the club, just to do the same thing all over again.
There because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. So for
Right.
me, it's helped me break down what all of my clients know. Y'all know I call it the fairy tale ideology. And I'm not exaggerating, Can. I want to say 100%, but I'm gonna go 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology of their husband.
Yeah,
And
because these women nowadays, they want 6'5" LeBron James to be staring at all day.
hold on, let me say this.
Because let me ask y'all a question, right? And I've been saying this to myself for days now. I'm glad we're watching this. For all the people out there, would you rather be with somebody that's, let's put it in women's perspective. Would you rather be with somebody that's tall and broke, or somebody that's shorter than you, but he's providing and making money? Because a lot of women nowadays, and I keep saying this over and over, a lot of women, they want this, oh, it's because you're shorter than me, and I can't deal with you because you're shorter than me, but he have all this stuff going for himself, and since he's shorter, it's not going to happen. But you rather be with somebody that's 6'5" and broke, with their feet kicked up, smell like Doritos, playing 2K25, GTA 6. Like, come on, man, like, what are we doing? Get it together.
To his
Shoes shouldn't, a pair of heels, basically you're saying a pair of shoes is defining your love life, which is ridiculous.
defense, they almost always
Now again, there's levels to this stuff. Because, as y'all know, Camila Cardoso is like 6'8", right? If you're a man that's 5'7" and your woman is 6'8", it's standards. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like intimidating. You know what I mean? Because your woman could put you in a headlock. You know, but if it's like, if the height ratio is not outrageous, heels shouldn't define your relationship. Shoes shouldn't define your relationship.
have an
That's just how I
amazing
feel about
husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her
He
idea,
be 6'5", 6-pack, 6 figures. The 666 rule. 6 foot plus, 6-pack, with 6 figures in his bank account.
D of amazing, guess what?
Fairy tale ideology.
I've been ready. For real. We all have. We're turning it up. All the way to light speed. 'Cause we're the heroes. And we came to play.
I know.
He ain't shit. To her. And remember, have no emotional investment besides I really want them to get this
Okay, so this
work
is the
through
point
this.
everybody's talking
Two
about.
things that
High versus low functioning explain.
I really want to ask or must
what a lot of
ask in
people are
this
talking about.
situation. First, in regards to the women,
We got some stuff to watch.
I don't really want to
I guess it's
attack or
there is this broken homes thing here too. So
you know, really individuals, male and female. What's the percentage of males or females that you counsel that are low functioning? What's that percentage?
Love it. Collectively, or you want me to go male and female?
Break it down from male and female.
Okay. I would say, interesting enough, I would say that there are 70% low functioning women,
that's a lot.
40% low functioning men.
What?
That's a lot.
What?
That is a lot. That is a lot of low functioning people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, with those low functioning men, did they ever say that a man of high function will never really know true love?
No, I don't even believe that, but no.
Okay. So, what identifies a woman to be high functioning?
A high functioning woman is a woman who wants you. She doesn't need you. And let me clear that up. When I say she doesn't need you, it doesn't mean she's independent. That means she is interdependent. I only not need you because my pain doesn't need your pain. My dysfunction doesn't need your dysfunction to feed it for us to be in this relationship, meaning I don't need a trauma bond with you, okay? She wants you because she wants the healed part of you, but has the capacity, because we're all human, we ain't perfect, to facilitate and deal with the unhealed part of you that's gonna show up in the relationship at some point. And hers is gonna show up too, mine is gonna show up too. And so that's why I always say, I want a hybrid. I want a hybrid for y'all out there who wanna know, meaning a man who's high functioning enough to meet my healthy high functioning, but low functioning enough to deal with me when my abandonment inflames, to deal with me when some of my dysfunctions that I'm still working on inflame. Because if he's too high functioning.
So if I'm understanding correctly, she wants a man that can be on the same wavelength, but also that's able to pick her up when she has her bad times.
Guess what? He doesn't have the bandwidth to
I
deal
could be wrong, but
with the low functioning part, which then means he can only connect with folks who are not being fully authentic within themselves. Meaning you may have a loving relationship, but you won't have a real intimate, deep, vulnerable relationship. I'm a woman who seeks connection and vulnerability. I'm not into casualties or casual sex, just TMI or not, meaning I like the depth of things. And so I need you to see me. I need you to see my broken. I want you to see my heart, whatever that.
so when she has her bad times and when she's down bad, lonely, she wants her man to I don't know if they rap or put their arm around their woman and say, you still HBIC, you still queen in charge. You know what I mean? But she still wants a man that can be on the same wavelength as her when she's on her highs.
Comes with, and I'm not embarrassed about it. I'll tell you about it. I'll show it to you, and I'm okay with a man who can facilitate it. But what a high functioning man may do is if he's all the way high functioning, he has already cut off the side of him that is authentic, and there's a superficialness there that won't allow him to connect with a real person. So can he still love and experience love? Yeah, love has it just loves everything. But will he experience the depth of some of the wholeness of love, meaning the down, the up, the ugly, the heaven, the hell mom was talking about? No. And let me say this really quick, and this is why trauma bonds usually feel like the most intense, in love, deepest relationships, because you got two at the epitome of vulnerability, pain pocket people who are bonding. And most people who are low functioning are exactly who they are. Exactly who they are. Doesn't make it bad for being who they are. Exactly who they are. That's their pain, their trauma. They gonna flee, they gonna scream, they gonna hit, they gonna do whatever comes up.
To hear this perfectly popping fizz described as crispy sounds just about perfect.
Right? Fuck it, I'm mad. And whatever comes up, they there. There's no awareness, there's no stop, there's no nothing. I'm triggered, I'm inflamed. We just go to tear this thing up. Right? High functioning only means, Cam, that I feel them same feels. I still feel, excuse my language, you got me fucked up. I'm ready to go there. I'm flamed, I'm triggered. It's all there, right? But it's still dormant. It's still in me. And high functioning means I can regulate those emotions. Watch this and say, okay, right now I'm ready to rip this man's head off. Right now he got me all the way fucked up. Okay, so how do I relay that message to him where it's gonna be respectful, it's gonna be non-combative, and I'm gonna disarm him? While he still knows, you got me fucked up. Because I don't have to say those words for you to know, I think I went too far with Doc. And you still feel respected and loved, so that I just disarmed you, and we can still have an engaging, emotionally intelligent conversation that ends in resolve, whether resolve means win-win, because resolve is really win-win, or one person wins or none, and we agree to disagree, and we can still go to the cigar lounge and have a drink and you have your cigar. But low functioning people gonna tear this thing up with no emotional regulation. They're also gonna choose a person who does it with them and allows them to do it. Because I only can do to you what you allow me to do. Because if I start cutting up in here and you say, Doc, we love you, love to have you here, but you gotta go and you're not welcome back, is no pun intended, that's not our culture here. Guess what? I can't do that again. And that's not called self and not her dysfunctional self.
Okay.
That's the only difference.
Now, explain to me what a high functioning man is.
A high functioning man, identical to a woman. He can feel what he feels. He regulates his emotions and he chooses how he's going to deliver that message so that woman receives it and she's not armed and now we're at war. That's what a high functioning man does. And he's also able to sit through hard, challenging conversations without fleeing or abandoning that woman, and using his emotional intelligence that says, I hear you and I understand you, but baby, I don't agree with that one part.
There's a lot of things that I don't agree with
I don't agree with that.
in this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Going back to what I said, with that 40% of men who are high functioning that you counsel, what I said was, most men understand this. We don't really find true love because it's what can you.
I don't know. And to me that also goes to that Queen Naija thing that's been going on too with her and Clarence. They've been together for 6 years, got a baby, and Clarence still ain't put a ring on it. So I guess you can use that as an example as a man not finding true love, but at the same time, a man knows after at least a year or two if he really want to take this person serious and like lock down.
You do for me, because a man's job is to provide. Now, this
If you know
is
somebody 6 years and put a baby, and you still ain't thought about marrying, you ain't trying to, yeah.
where
That's just
most
crazy.
high vibrational man, high functioning man go through. as far as being emotionally intelligent, that still does not qualify you as being high vibrational. The thing that is often said on two counterparts, two species, from a woman, it's about self-worth, how I feel. I'm not going to allow you to treat me like this. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me like this. I know my non-negotiables. I know my worth. Fine. That are all qualifying things for any woman to say to herself or to the universe, I'm high vibrational. Now, the thing for me is that doesn't qualify for men, because you can have all the emotional intelligence, all the trigger points to be able to communicate. But if you stand at your mama house, all that's out the door. You understand what I'm saying? So society dictates what a man's value is, respectfully, and it's shameful to say it that way, but that's the surface level.
I mean, he is kind of telling the truth, because society, everybody wants the same relationship, when that's really not, as they say, ordained for you to be like everybody else.
Identifier of a high vibrational man, amongst other things. Now, these things are what women always say, oh, well, I'm not doing this, or yeah, this, that, and the third, and that's fine. But different rules for different species.
You're like, that's fine.
So that's where I'm saying to you, it's like, okay, for that 40% or that 70% of high vibrational women, it's a little bit, the rules are a little different for men. And you can't say it's not, because it actually is. All that, he's fit, girl, I mean, everything. I mean, this, that, and the third. But Dr. Bryant ain't gonna talk to no guy that can, number one, protect her physically, emotionally,
mentally,
and gives her the stability to live her life as she see fit. And that's where the high vibrational man steps in, and we don't need that from a high vibrational woman. So that's my caveat.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged
I
too
do
well.
see what he's saying from his
Some might say
perspective.
perfect. Who's ready to show
And like I
who's
said,
the
Dr.
chief?
Bryant not messing with no broke dude. I'll tell you that right now. She's not messing with no man that's, not on the same vibrational wavelength as,
Okay.
her.
Got it. You made a lot of really good points. So a man living in his mama house means he's low value, but can still be high functioning. High functioning and high value man are two different things. High valued man is more about value. What are you offering financially? What can you do for me? How can you provide for me? It has nothing to do with emotions. This is why you have a lot of high valued women and men who are extremely low functioning. It is statistically known that high valued women, not functioning, high value women, meaning powerhouse, makes money, elected official, doctor, lawyer, entrepreneur, whatever she does, she's just killing it. She does well. Educated, not educated, she just does her thing financially. She's high valued. Often end up with
high
low
value doesn't mean high functioning.
functioning men.
Why?
And it's because she has high value, she doesn't have high function. Law of attraction, we attract who we are despite of who we think we are. So the man living in his mama's house that you described, right? That's based on society. That's a low value man.
Reality, not
That's
society.
fine. You can say
reality.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Right.
Value is not a functioning. High functioning is how you function. Had nothing to do with money or where you live or how you drive.
Right.
Okay. Value is the word value, because it's it's what you said. How valuable are you? How valuable are you, sis? What you bringing to the table?
Okay, now,
Those are two
A
different
lot of
things.
people, they be like, I am the table.
I just want to stop you right there before
Like,
I lose my.
Man, get out my face.
If
I
the
am the table.
man doesn't have high,
The table at least got a tablecloth on it. I'm just saying, at least the table got tablecloth, fork, knife, spoon, and some napkins. Yeah, at least bring that.
value,
Yes.
he will not spark the interest of no woman. Let's just put it like that. So it runs
Then answer this
in
question.
conjunction.
Why are most low value? And low value man just means, I'll go street terms, broke.
Yes.
Okay?
See this? Okay, that's what we need to hear. So we need to hear.
They're married. Them Negroes are married.
But you can't say
hold
that's
on.
a subjective
No,
thing.
that's
you
not.
can't say
That's
most because that's not true.
Statistically, when it comes to socioeconomics, Google it, have somebody here on your team pull it up. Socioeconomically, women, Google it, predominantly black women, socioeconomically, are exceeding when it comes to money, street term, bread. Hold on. That means if they marry, they're married to a man who's making less money, no money, or broke money. Hold on. Now, low-valued men are married to somebody, whether she low, high, whatever. He got him a wife. And let me go a little further. And usually, if you don't have a wife, he got a whole hell lot of kids by different
Sounds like Cam Newton and Nick Cannon
women.
Right.
and Tyreek Hill.
Watch out now.
I'll
So-
leave it alone.
Watch out, you're speeding.
Yeah, I am.
You're
I'm
speeding.
I'm poking
We
speed.
going there. Hold on. Let me take this.
So let me
Why Cam Newton?
finish
Let me
this.
take
Leave it
this. Let me
alone.
take this
Leave it
glove
alone.
off.
Let me
real
finish
quick.
this point. So, again, low-valued men, meaning street term broke, they're married. And they oftentimes, if not more than often, have multiple kids by multiple men. Okay.
Woman. Whoa.
No. I'm going somewhere.
Low. You said
By
low.
I'm going somewhere with that. They have multiple kids by multiple men. Hold on. And women. We in a whole different society. You talking about reality.
No. You said low vibrational men are married with multiple.
Let me say it again. They're married, and if they're not, they usually have multiple kids
Okay.
with multiple women. Hold on. And I'm going somewhere with this. Have multiple men. Meaning
What does that
that
mean?
men and women are choosing low-valued men. That's subjective. Because
What does that mean, though?
in the society we live in today, you have a lot of different dynamics of polyamorous, different dynamics of relationships. And when you're talking about men today and women, I'm not just knocking on the men, relationships don't just go one way. And we're talking about a low-valued man. We're not just talking about heterosexual men, right? I could talk about the whole gamut. Do I have to stay in one pocket? I'm just asking because I
No,
will.
ma'am.
Okay. So
Take it
again, low-valued men don't have to be, they could be high functioning and low value is what I'm saying. So a man living in his mama's house is low value, but he could be high functioning. Hold on. So how does he attract a woman who's high functioning?
Thank you.
He's high functioning.
How does a low value man get a highly valued woman? So how does a man that live in his mama house get a woman that has high value?
So how does he attract a woman who's high functioning?
Thank you.
He's high functioning. He attracts a high functioning woman. Hold
So
on.
basically it's a vibrational thing.
The high functioning woman is also high value, meaning she has money, a lifestyle, and a high quality of life. And she's high functioning. All she needs is a high functioning man. She ain't worried about a man who also has high value.
I mean, I do see what she's saying, but well, it depends on the woman too, though.
A
And
lot
most women, they be like, he got everything going on, but he ain't got no money.
of women operate
That's what's wrong with society now.
like that who are
though.
powerful. I'm sure you've been in rooms with powerful women who have husbands who you have said, if not you, many have said, how did he get her? Wait a minute.
That's what I'm asking now. Like, how is he doing that?
And it's not even a looks thing. It's down to, I'm going to go with a really good friend of mine's, Oprah and Stedman. Mama, you know I love you. But Oprah's power. You think
So aura.
think Stedman's low functioning or low value? Stedman is low value. He ain't low functioning, baby. There's a difference. He's low value based on, I'll use your word, reality, because regardless if he makes good money, he ain't making Oprah money.
Nobody's making Oprah money.
So he's low valued compared to
Unless
that.
you an elite.
But
You ain't making Oprah money unless you're an elite.
Stedman is not low
reality is.
functioning.
And
Oprah is not.
Stedman is not low value either. Everybody's low value compared to Mama O. Let's just
Right.
say that.
So, right. So, Stedman, and it's subjective again. Stedman, in his relationship, we can't say marriage, in his relationship, is low value to his powerhouse, high value, high functioning
But that's not a good
woman.
example, though.
That is a great example.
That's not because
it ha-
anybody's going to be low value to
Cam, who else
Oprah.
they live
Oprah.
in?
Yeah, that's what I
Oprah.
was thinking. It's Oprah though. Like if you would have said somebody that's they got money, but they not Oprah, it would make sense. But it's Oprah though. Like Oprah. No, Oprah's grandkids, bro. Oprah's great grandkids is gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Unless they on crack. But other than that, they gonna be fine. But if she would have said somebody like, not throwing shade, but if she would have said like Ariana Grande or something like that, that would have been different. Versus
Okay,
Oprah.
where's Stedman's house?
I have no idea.
That's my point. That is my
use,
point.
Can you give me another example?
That is my point.
Let's
Yes,
not use
I
that
did.
one
You
because
would have
that's
said
not.
somebody like Ariana Grande and not Oprah. You know what I mean? That,
The reality.
Another
Like
example.
Oprah is living in the
Okay, wait,
the
another
half
exa-
percent
another-
of
that's
the
fine.
world, not just the 1%, less than the 1%. Because
That's fine.
anybody, myself included, if we were to date a woman of Oprah's magnitude, it's never going to be enough. I'm going to be on her jet. I'm going to be on her yacht. I'm going to be.
I mean, you can buy your own stuff. Like you not broke either, Cam. Don't act like you feel me. You not broke. But at the same time, Oprah still got more money than Cam Newton.
At her functions,
Since it's Cam Newton before he went JUCO.
I would be a fucking fool
But that's
to
not-
think.
So that's not always the case. You look at Jay-Z and you look at Beyonce. Jay can be on B's lot, B can be on Jay's lot. So my whole point to drive this point is that low value or high value, low function, high function, two different things, or two different identities. Low value has to do with money and quality of life,
Ariana Grande and Tyrone.
fiduciary.
But Ariana Grande got more money than Tyrone. But Tyrone pulled Grande because they both have the same high functionality.
Functioning has to do with how do you function innately, emotionally, psychologically as a human being. And so if you have billions of dollars, Donald Trump is low functioning. He just happens to be high value in the sense of his wealth,
Yes,
but he's
true.
extremely low functioning.
That's
But-
subjective.
That's fine. No, and I'm not for or against him. I'm not for or against Trump. I'm just using someone, and again, we're having a conversation, so everything's going to be subjective. So I'm speaking about the difference so that we can clear it up. Just because a woman is high functioning doesn't mean she's successful financially or career-wise. Just because a man is high functioning doesn't mean that either. Just because someone is high valued doesn't mean that they have a certain level of functioning. You have a lot of people that do good in the boardroom, high IQ, high functioning, interpersonal relationships, but cannot function at home in their marriage. And so those two are not relevant to each other, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you another thing that's not relevant to each other. A high value woman will never acknowledge a low value man. So Oprah.
Well, let me say this.
Hold on,
But Cam, you're
A high value woman will never acknowledge a low value man.
In today's society, that is true. Because if you ain't got no followers on Instagram, you more than likely not get a response back from somebody that has high function or high value. I mean, like, because you ain't got no motion.
So
Or they don't know you got motion, or you ain't got no aura, either or both. So if you ain't got no blue check, it's gonna be harder to reach somebody that does,
Oprah.
unless they know about you or know who you are.
Well, let me say this.
hold on,
But Cam, you're a man.
Hold on.
You can't
I'm
speak from
speaking-
a woman's
I'm
perspective.
speaking on reality.
High valued women
Okay.
acknowledge, notice, sleep with, and date low value men all the time. One, I'm in room with them with high valued women. Two, I am a high valued woman. And I have at some point dated a
Yeah, she definitely looks like it. Bling blow. What's how that song go? Ice neck on Rizzle, baby.
man. I am a high
Boss man D-Lo.
valued woman. And I have at some point dated a man who was low value, meaning he wasn't living with his mama, but his income, socioeconomic status wasn't anywhere where somebody would go, Doc, really? He didn't
Oh.
have a title
No, but she ain't got no standards. Okay.
to the caliber
You
of
don't got them type of standards. Okay.
mine. He wasn't in rooms and boardrooms. He wasn't sitting there with
No.
Congress, elected officials, and making moves and making
Got
legislation.
your stuff then. We don't got that at all. I'll tell you that. Like Am looking like this. We ain't never had. That's a rare thing in society.
And-
Dr. Bryant messing with a Jamal? What?
resolution.
That boy Jamal definitely. He go on that PS5 mic talking like, man, I got Dr. Bryant. What you got? Samantha from the club?
Like myself.
What?
And so
That's a flex. He fumbled. Whoever that
at
is.
that time, I was a woman who was high valued, okay, and high functioning, who was dating a man who was high functioning, but low value, but didn't live with his mother. And for me, what he was providing in the sense of our companionship was great in that season.
But see,
Which was what?
See, that's another thing I was saying earlier about, would you rather date somebody, now that we learned this, right? Would you rather be with somebody that's tall but has low value and low function? Or would you rather be with somebody that's shorter than you, but at least is providing something financially, mentally, emotionally, stability wise, that nature?
What do you mean, which is what?
What was he providing you?
The
What is Jamal providing you?
functionality, the emotional intelligence.
functionality?
The what?
I'm asking you.
You're asking me.
'Cause
wait, what did
'cause
you?
I need to-
What,
I need to
what
go
word did you
somewhere
say?
Functionality.
You're asking me, was he?
Kevin's wild.
Okay.
Wait, what
man.
did you?
I need to-
what,
I need
what,
What's he talking
what
about?
did you say?
Functionality.
You're asking me, was he
Cameron's retarded. There's
making
something wrong with him, bro.
love
It's them dreadlocks.
to me
Yes.
good?
Reality.
You're asking me, was he making love to me
Yes.
good?
Yes.
If the sex was good,
Yes.
the sex was great.
Now let me tell
Yeah,
you
it
this.
wasn't the best I had, but it was great.
This goes
Oh,
to my point.
said it was type decent then, but it wasn't the best you had. Dude.
But that wasn't all. You asked a question,
Yes, but I'm making a point here.
so you want me to
Even though
finish what he was
just
providing?
press a pause.
Okay.
Just press the space bar real
Go
quick.
for it.
The Shea Moisture Bond Repair System with Hydroplex technology.
This video is gonna be way longer than I thought it was
to
gonna
make hair 6 times stronger, preventing breakage by
Man, this is
84%
great
while
hair
enhancing
video. I
moisture.
needed
This is beauty
great.
that bonds.
More of this.
Even though you were entertaining him sexually, you will never be saw with that man because he don't fit my standards. That doesn't mean you can't
Well,
entertain him.
First of all, that's not true. So I'm the source. I'm the woman. I'm the one who was dating him. I'm going to speak from that source, not you.
Yeah, because we want to know how Jamal pulled you.
So as the source who was dating him, that's not true. We were
Tyrone.
seen in public. We were seen on red carpets when I was co-producing my show, as well as on Camera Psychologist with the biggest show on TV, Teen Mom Family Reunion on MTV. We did a lot of that.
Got your
And
stuff then.
we didn't enter a relationship where we led by sex, so I was tied to the sex is so good, this is what we're doing.
Soul ties.
I would have just ran that play with saying, we just sexing, let's leave it there, I'm grown. I could do that. His functionality, his intellect, his high functioning is what attracted me.
All right. So what she's saying is, it wasn't that he didn't have money. It was just everything else was there. So she would choose a man that's low value, but has everything else that she wants. Because she got money. That ain't the problem. She wants somebody that can be there for her mentally, emotionally, physically, in the bedroom. You know, things
As that functionality
versus somebody that's, you know, has a lot of money but doesn't reach the same vibration as her.
Continue to be attractive and foreplay me, my body started to want him. That happened about 8 months into us having a companionship. And so I'm not saying anyone who does it the first day, I'm not knocking no one. I'm just telling the reality of how we worked it out. So by the time we were intimate, the actual act wasn't all that, but our connection, our functionality, our intimacy, all the foreplay for 8 months made that sex amazing. Because it's subjective on what turns who on. And for this subject, what I'm turned on by is high functioning. I'm turned on by a man who's mature enough, emotionally intelligent enough to be a hybrid, an alpha, a submissive, a man who understands that. So for me,
Okay, so she want a man that's a leader, but knows how to take it back some and understand where she's coming from.
that's what he was feeding me, my foreplay of what turns me on as me as a woman. And so, yes, not only entertained, but I was very much involved in that relationship.
With that
Yes.
remedy or that ingredient that most people do, it's going to run its course.
That's fine. But who cares? Marriage runs its course. Our divorce rate is high.
But listen to the point that I'm trying to make. As a high valued woman, she's never going to entertain a man that is not also high value. Now,
Again, that's why I say it depends on the woman too, because a lot of women will only date high value men. But if she's introduced to somebody that may not have everything financially but provides everything else, like makes her day better, makes her smile, and is there for her mentally, physically, and emotionally, you might get cheated on. I'm just saying, you might get cheated on with that guy versus you just having some money. I'm just saying. Because you just the trick. Look, you being tricked. That's it.
Not true.
All you doing is going to the mall. I want my Birkin bag this week. I want my Chanel Dior this week. I want my perfume this week from the Skims from Kim K. My Bath and Body Works this week. You just the trick. But if you provide everything else, it may not be money, but if you provide everything else, that woman just might go with that guy because she could build with him if she's willing to build. Now, most women, like I said, they're not willing to build nowadays. But if a woman is willing to build, she will go with that guy that provides everything else except money.
I will say it like this.
But I do understand Cam's point when it comes to women in 2024 wanting to deal with not LeBron, like a Steph Curry or Anthony Edwards type of person.
Even
they got money, so they gonna deal with a man that got some money.
though he has high function
Jalen Green.
to sustain the relationship, that high function will run its course if that's all you have. So you being who you are, you attract a certain type of man. Me being who I am, I can take anybody and transform them into who I want them to be.
Okay, this one of the clips I seen, like off camera.
Me being who I am, I can take anybody and transform them into who I want them to be.
See, that's a question mark because again, it depends on the woman and how high their value mentally and emotionally is. Well, as they put it, functioning. If a woman is that type of standard, they're not gonna let Cam Newton talk to them any kind of way. You feel me? But if you got money and you control, what they get this week, yeah, they gonna listen to you. Because they need that Birkin this week. They trying to go to Barbados with the homegirls for the girls trip. So of course she's trying to listen to you so she can get the bag that she want or whatever she want. The jewelry, the chain, the watch, the nails done. you're providing for that. But again, if that woman has that type of mentality, that type of attitude, she's not letting Cam Newton play puppet master with her.
Oh,
Especially nowadays with this hot girl summer going on.
woman cannot do
They got TGIF blasting in their car now.
That's
that
not true.
in most cases.
That's not
Glorilla music.
They're okay. She's not willing.
No, I'm
to
saying
do
that no man can take a woman and transform her into what he wants her to be.
That part.
She came in and is willing to allow you to tell her what you want and she'll submit to those. You're
Yes.
not God, and you're not the potter maker. So your hands ain't on no pot, sweetie, taking a woman and conforming. You just don't have that power. You probably would like to, but you don't have that power.
Then again, it depends on the woman that you messing with.
You can take her
And what
like
you provide to her.
I just said before with the womanizer and the guy who me being in your studio and say, baby, these are the qualifications, and she chooses, which is her free will to never be yours, to hit them points or not. And when she chooses to hit them points, you then choose to keep her or you choose to shake her, because you can never take water. Hold on, you can never take water, baby, and make this 7-Up. You can pour it out and fill it back up, but this will never turn to what you wanted. You're not Jesus. You ain't.
Oh my. Nah, that was a great analogy. You can have this water, but you could never turn 7-Up unless you add sugar and shake it. Unless you add sugar and shake it, you can't turn water into 7-Up or ginger ale. You can't. Just like even in reverse, like you can't make ginger ale into water unless you pour water into it. But you get what I'm trying to say.
Turning water to wine. That's not how it happens. Now, you can't take a woman and make her what you want. You can tell her what you want, and I'm gonna give her power back, and she'll choose to be that. But you don't get the power of saying you made her that, whether an entrepreneur or a mother or a wife. She chooses to let you do that.
That part.
By telling you, I'll submit to those orders. Yeah. There's a difference. Now, with the man, a high-valued woman can do the same thing with the man. Baby, you want to be here? This is the qualifications. This is what I need, the prerequisites. He can say yes or he can say no. Either way. But if he chooses to do that, then that's his choice, and she got what she wanted. It's all about conduciveness. Is it conducive or not? Right. However, we don't potter nobody, and that's where the disconnect comes in at with people who are high valued but low functioning.
But I don't.
Hold on, high value but low functioning. The high value, low functioning. I'm gonna say it again. Y'all stick with me. High value, low functioning thinks the high value can attract the low functioning, and the low functioning and that high value person thinks they can potter the low functioning and mold them to be what they want. It don't work like that at all. That person still chooses to become what you're telling them you want them to be. That's still their power, and they can take it back when they want. And let me hit on something else you said. You said that high functionality will run its course. I believe the opposite.
Without value. See, this is where you keep trying to.
Will run its course. You said that high functionality will run its course. I believe the opposite.
Without value. See, this is where you keep trying to skew my words or my intentions of my words. I'm not saying
but without value. But what I'm saying is I still don't agree with that point. I don't say your point's a bad point. I just don't agree with it.
I just think you're taking it out of my contents my intentions for saying that. That's what I believe you're doing. And that's not my intentions. Like, you're making points of things that I did not intend.
You said high functionality will run out without value, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm hitting on that point.
For a high value woman, high functioning will run its course if you do not have any value.
And I'm saying that I don't see that being the case.
Okay.
From being in my field.
But hold on, just real brief.
Yes.
You were saying to that analogy of you turning water into 7-Up. I never thought that I was God or Jesus to be able to control.
But when you say I could take a woman and make her what I want, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. You're taking me and making me what you want. You're taking Jessica and making her what you want. It doesn't matter. You cannot turn water to wine. That's her power. She comes in, you tell her what you want, and she chooses to do that. And if she becomes that, it's because of her choice. Because the day she chooses to undo that, it's undone.
But
So it's
can I make
still,
one-
the
can-
power is still with
That
her.
is true.
No one can take anyone and make them anything,
Right.
not me, not you. No one has that power.
But the
Thank
only
God.
reason why a person is considering what I need them to be or will prefer them to be or
Let's
would
see what
like
you
them
say.
to be is because of my value as a man. If I did
See,
not have any value.
That's not why. I love that you think that.
But
It's for
listen.
the payoff that they get. It's their payoff. Everything we
What's the
do is for
payoff?
our payoff. It's subjective. So I can say what I think. Let me say this. A woman who would be with a man of your value
Mm-hmm.
and become everything you want her to become, because you ain't gonna make her,
Mm-hmm.
okay? The payoff would be she gets to be provided for. We're talking about the high value part.
Mm-hmm.
She gets to live in a beautiful home. She gets this high quality of life. She gets to be able to possibly have a family with a man who also, has a celebrity status,
Mm-hmm.
right? She gets to be in the limelight somewhat. Maybe she has a business, and maybe this relationship is a strategic relationship for her. She can use this to kind of maneuver or what she has going on.
Right.
See, so the answer will be different from a high functioning woman than a low functioning woman. Me, high functioning, I'm listing what I'm thinking. Strategic relationship.
For sure.
I'm a doctor.
For
I
sure.
can move in. I got limelight. You have a lot of limelight.
Let's move on.
It almost
I'm watching the game. Hang on. With Frontier Fiber Internet and YouTube TV, I'm not just watching the game, I'm getting into all the action with Multiview.
Switch now to 100% fiber internet powered by the speed of light and cable-free live TV.
I started drinking at
never happened.
So I will move this discussion right along. Curious to know, have you ever dated outside your race?
She has. Okay.
Right along. Curious to know, have you ever dated outside your race?
I have.
Okay. Could you, for the people in the audience who's watching this or will watch this, could you date outside your race?
I could.
Okay. Now, is that something that, are you open in regards to manifestation? Listen, God, just bring him to me. I mean, good hair, nappy hair. I mean, European hair, Wakanda hair. It don't matter. I need my hubby.
Dominican hair. Yes, I am very obedient to God's will first. And God has a permission to override any silly decisions I make, okay, to bring me his will. However, and I'm open to dating outside my race. If I can have it my way, right? And it's something that I'm choosing from. I love my Black men. And so I wouldn't be choosing outside of my race, how can I say it? Because Black men weren't my priority. It would be, again, an organic, it happened, this man happened to be long-term meeting wants, and this is just what, in my spirit, God says, this is what I have for you. And him too he'd be the king, he would be daddy, he'd be all that, regardless if he came Wakanda hair, and long as he have a Wakanda, okay, anyways, but what I was saying was,
Wakanda body.
I'm
Nah,
back.
see.
I'm back.
Nah,
We talking about my
She was
husband.
about to say
that
that.
I had to manifest him the right way.
Yeah, you did.
The right way.
There she go.
Hey, ladies.
Yeah, you did.
Doc is back. But I would definitely date outside my race. Yes.
So, does race matter in regards to finding love?
No,
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It depends on who you fall in love with.
I don't think so.
So,
Not love.
You know, Wakanda only come in Wakanda packages.
Have you been to Africa?
I'm from Africa.
Have you traveled to Africa?
I'm in Atlanta, baby. This is Africa.
So have you traveled to Africa?
Not
No, okay, just say no. The ball
Not the-
from it. Yeah. This
Not
is
the-
Africa. No, it's not, buddy.
Continent.
no.
Okay, so
Or the continent, I apologize.
yeah, no problem. So you were saying you know it may be challenging for a single woman to counsel married people. Well, I've traveled to Africa, so maybe hard for a man who has not traveled to Africa to say that in Africa you only see one kind of.
Watch where you're going now.
Race of men, okay?
You're stepping in some quicksand if we want to go
with
down that road.
Whatever you want to do. I'm just saying that love has no color, but also when you're talking about what kind of size, I don't believe that only one race of a species has a certain what kind of size. Now, I don't want to go deep into talking about penises for 15 minutes because I don't think that's what will help. Remember, my purpose is I want to do my job and I want to give the audience things that can change lives and I want to entertain. But I don't think a big penis has to do with one race of men. But if you want to go there real quick and touch it, go for it.
No, we're
Oh,
not
who
going
has
for that.
had
I'm
been
not
intimate
dealing
with
with
a
it.
white man.
Ew, let's keep
That's
it.
that's enough time to find a lot of
I
things
got
out.
time to hear YouTube mouth about nothing.
I bet.
Leave me alone,
And-
YouTube, please.
Yet, no kids, single. I'm not, but I am saying, are women's expectations unrealistic?
No, I'm gonna say like I said.
I would say so. I would say they are too unrealistic because it's like you're trying to push away what's really for you for this fairy tale myth trying to pursue.
Nick, the question shouldn't be why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids? The question should be why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies? I think if anything, we need to be teaching our society, take your time, young man or young woman, so that you can get to know not just this person, but yourself first, so that you can choose a life partner, not that that person isn't exempt to divorce, instead of rushing to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama and have multiple kids by multiple women, just to say you have broken families everywhere. I don't see no benefit in that. I believe, like I tell my brother, he's in here, Shane, all the time, and who's 31 with no kids and doing well for himself, take your time. You don't need to rush to an altar just to divorce this woman. And another thing is people who actually feel high valued within themselves, not financially. Internally, they feel high valued. They're not rushing to have a wife or a husband at the expense of divorce just to feel like they've added value to themselves. Because it's a deficit if you're marrying for the wrong purposes. It is an asset if you're marrying from a place of creating a family, of creating stability, of raising kids who can see this thing move and this house not be homeless, but this house have wealth in it, the real wealth that actually sustains. Doing time.
How young are you willing to go?
Ooh, I love that. See, now this is when the conversation gets good.
Come on now. We want to know that.
I'm gonna.
Because, like, look,
there is a lot of people with the age gap thing too. Some people will date the Jalen Greens, date 20 years. Some people only date a year or two apart. So let's.
Told you now.
What does Dr. Bryant think?
Hold on.
Come on.
What?
Because
You going or I'm going? Who going first?
you, I mean, okay.
So I'm willing to. I think.
What if the promise of better work wasn't just something we dreamed about, but something we found? This might be the one. Or better yet,
No way!
something that found us.
I got the interview.
Gave me an ad on the good part. Sorry.
Look what I've just made. The
Evil gives you wings.
Ugh, late 20s.
Men, this is where you.
I think. Ugh, late 20s.
Men, this is where you turn to.
20s?
Think.
What?
So I'm willing to. I think. Ugh, late 20s.
My brother's in the 20s. There's a chance.
Men,
There's a chance of a 3-1 right now. I'm just saying.
this is where you turn the TV all the way up. Go ahead.
100.
Late 20s
Okay.
would be the young.
Late 20s. So like 28. Okay. So like 27, 28. Okay.
How?
I'm not in that I'm not in that category.
We gotta put a
but, I mean, hey,
number on that though. Like you 27,
27. I'm seeing 27, 28 is what I'm seeing.
26.
27-ish.
Yeah, I'm assuming 27.
It's
I'm not in that category. But
But
okay.
again, it depends on the maturity level of that man.
But this is where I'm glad you said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
I
this
knew.
is where
I baited you. I knew where we were going.
your patience has
Be there.
to give
Has to
him
be there,
the
yeah.
patience to bring his
especially as a, an older woman.
value
Yeah.
or his function up to his
100%. 100%.
Right.
100%.
But
100%.
so now
100%.
100%
Yeah,
this too.
100%.
A woman
Yeah.
who has high value will not entertain or be patient with a guy that does not have
Yeah, especially if she has certain
100%.
100% she
100%.
will. She will. Especially
See, that's what he been trying to get for the last 2 hours, almost 2 hours.
if she has
That's all he wanted to hear for the last hour and 30.
certain Cam, especially if
But
she
he
has
about to go off the wheel though. He is.
certain criterions that she knows most men of her age won't meet.
That's
Yeah.
what
She has to.
So therefore, I'm telling you,
If
a
that's what
man
she
of high
wants, she has
value
to.
is a transactional type of thing. So to your point, it's like I know, I look at you, I look at women all the time. I have a beautiful establishment that we're in right now,
Right.
Fellowship. It garners a consumer that's about their business. This is
Absolutely.
not hookah smoking and standing on couches
Right.
and
Twerking and
section.
doing
No,
the
no, no,
most,
it's not
right.
that.
Right.
This is sugar daddy's addy in here. This is businesswoman. No, you need to, we need to get this on right. I see it happen
Yeah.
so many times.
Wow.
Dress code. You're not coming here with Jordans and flip-flops. Like you can't do that. You can't disrespect the altitude.
Yeah, the culture of what's here.
You see what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
So
yeah.
with that, I know and I understand a lot of people see my situation and I think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you
What
to even-
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in
My
relationships?
my life.
See, don't
See, this is where it start to get real at. And the rest of this is just kind of like,
deflect. Let's stay here. You're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions
no.
away from this. Is can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just want
saying, or by
God to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
this is the part where everybody is talking about is this part. In my opinion, it gives lost. The main reason I say it gives lost man is because you're just wanting to plant seeds, but you're not willing to settle down with somebody to build a foundation with. So it's kind of like no matter what happens with him and his woman now, he said he just wants God to bring him to him. So it may not be with who he's with right now. It could be with somebody else. And that's where they started saying broken homes is because you're just planting seeds all over the garden, but you're not really trying to build a foundation with somebody. So that's why they keep saying broken homes.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just.
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So,
Okay.
as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking.
Why he smile like
I
that?
didn't say it, I will agree.
Why he smile like
I'm
that?
just taking my time.
You're not
He thought he ate with that, He thought he ate with that.
taking your time.
I
Brother,
will agree.
you just planting seeds. Let's be for real.
I'm just
Cam, you planting seeds.
taking my time.
Man, what? You don't seem like you taking your time. It don't seem like it. It don't. I want God to bring them to me. But you're taking your time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action based. You have 8 kids
Yeah.
with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being
AKA planting seeds.
very selectively active. Okay? So
Yeah.
you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies because I can't wait to be a mom and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively.
Your rich melanin skin.
Borderline about to create an NBA team with just the Newtons. you're missing about 4 more kids. You have a whole NBA team, just the Newtons.
Based, living in my
Cam Newton elite. We're just all
protecting
Newtons.
it too.
Choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and
Hold on, y'all. Give me one quick second. See, I knew this video was going to be long for no reason.
this box and that box
Hour
and this box.
21.
And then here you go over here trying to figure out what
It's
box
a
you
stream,
gonna
basically,
feed
a
or
pre-recorded stream.
entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health wise, and community wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men with what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will, you'll get whatever you want, you're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish. I'm done. You can go for
Okay,
it.
so
You wait, are you done?
all right, so
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with, is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
that means
That the family is blended. So blended.
so
means-
blended means broken.
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26
That I would entertain.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
and as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as
Okay.
Whoever doesn't
Okay.
have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just
A man just he ain't got no kids. So that's the deal breaker. Can't have no kids.
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old. If he has no kids,
So you're
he's a candidate.
non-negotiable.
As long as he ain't got no kids.
Is a person who does not have children.
Right.
My non-negotiable is a person with kids. But yes, I get what how you're saying it. Yes,
So you cannot date a person. You cannot be with a
I
person.
can, but I'm choosing not to.
So
Interesting.
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not to.
You're
So basically, it's I'm not against it. What she's saying is she's not against it, but she's choosing not to be with somebody with kids. But she's not against a man with kids.
I gotta correct it. It's my narrative, Cam.
you're
I
like
can
jumping in,
I
jumping out. It's either
Cam. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna allow that
So
word
Dr. Bryant play stepmother?
to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yes.
My preference,
Yes.
because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids. So I don't want to put that narrative out there.
Yes.
My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids.
And also, this is another disclaimer too. Like, you could have a preference. It's nothing wrong with having a preference. But you can't make that preference the reality. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a lot of people that use this preference and make it like they can have everything, but since he's not this height, it's enough.
Just a scenario.
And that's not fair to especially these men, because they're not flying overseas to get on new legs, new knees, and torsos.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is, because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then...
Big question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all.
That's all. That's what we're trying to figure out. That's the deal breaker. That's the deal breaker. Okay.
I'm asking.
Yes.
Because you can have a preference, but y'all gotta stop acting like your man has to be like 6'5" and all that. Like, your dream man may not be taller than you.
But do you
That's
understand?
not fair to say that. It's like saying, would you rather be with somebody that's tall, that is not there for you mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, or rather be with a man that's shorter than you that provides everything that you're looking for?
Just off of the statistics.
Here we go. Go ahead and be a statistic and say it, because I hear it all the time. And it
What?
say it.
You say what you're saying, and I'm going to either...
Based on statistics, most men have kids. Go for it.
At your age.
But that's why I said early on, Cam, when you said young and remember the patience of me being older woman, I said, well, for, a woman who has certain qualifications or criterions, like no kids, that would be, I have to have enough brain cells to know, baby, that's the payoff. Okay, he may be younger, successful, no kids, but now you have to make sure you implement the patience. Or you get you an older man who has kids, and he could have been married with his kids. There's a lot of different scenarios why men have kids, okay? But then you don't have to have as much patience with him as maturity-wise. But do you want to have patience to say, and it's not even dealing with, because that's not bad, you want to have enough patience to gut the fact that you are dating a man with young kids or grown kids, and that's against what you want, your value system. For me, I rather choose the poison of, I'll have patience with you, baby. We'll just have to figure this out, and I'm cool with that, and we'll have a good time in the meantime. Then I know that you have kids. It's against something I never wanted as a child. And now, if you have young kids, I'm going to be very involved because I'm a loving woman. I'm never going to take
But you're giving a scenario that you're saying...
Yeah, that I wouldn't do. Right, and those are the reasons why I wouldn't do them.
For sure.
Because I'm going to be involved, right? I'm never going to be a woman who's not.
But I must defend this situation. I have 8 children. And
8 beautiful babies.
I will not, no baby mother of mine could ever say that she's a single mother, because single mother insinuates that she has no help. So for me in my situation, life be lifing. That's a common...
Yeah, it does. I agree.
And my situation is a product of life happening. So...
And none of us are exempt from it.
Of course.
Right,
So
right.
we have preferences.
100%.
We have things that we could say, okay, I would love to do this.
Right.
I'm raised in a church, so my father would always direct us to say, hey, be this, be that, be that, be this.
Right.
But I can also tell my father this, your reality is not my reality.
100%.
You walking into 7-Eleven is different than your son walking into 7-Eleven.
That's right.
That's true.
Makes sense to you. So I can agree with you, and we can agree to disagree, that I'm not creating broken homes. I'm doing the best with the situation that I was given and am given. So, hands-on father, absolutely. I don't subscribe to just bringing fatherless children or motherless children into this world. I have an unbelievable relationship with the mothers of my children. And it's healthy co-parenting that we show the children real love, real communication,
Right.
real orders of operations. And I think that's key because even though we have this unspoken societal pressure to do this and be this, but that's just not, that's a unicorn that you're waiting for. Because if I'm sitting up here telling you like, yo, I have aspirations to have this, but my experiences have shown me that that person really doesn't exist. So when I'm asking or I'm asked questions of, is the expectations unrealistic?
Right.
Because my reality has garnered unbelievable connections with women around the world. Not in Africa, I haven't been in Africa, right? But at the same time, I've been able to make the best of my situation. And I can't say that that situation ever resulted into a broken home.
Got it. So this is my thing. You can label it whatever your her ego needs it to be labeled so that you feel good about your choices. But at the end of the day, a family consists of a dynamic, and that dynamic consists of two parents and a child. And when you start to create that multiple times, that's called a blended family. And when there's somebody missing from the home, but they are the school daddy, meaning I picked them up or dropped them off to school, or they are the sports mother or father, I come to the games, but they're not the, I wake up and go to sleep with my kids. That household now is broken by the, by the family dynamic. That does not mean,
You're
Cam.
not describing me.
That does not mean, Cam, that you are not a dynamic father. That does not mean that you don't have a great relationship with him. I'm talking about the political construct of a family.
Societal construct, political construct.
If you want to, that's what I'm saying. If you want to call it that, that's fine. But listen.
Those things that you
whatever we label it doesn't change our decisions, though.
That's what I'm trying. That's what you don't understand.
So all of your baby mamas live in one house?
No, they do not. But my children stay with me.
So then it's still a broken household. The mothers aren't in your home. So it doesn't make a difference.
But that's making the best of the situation.
Right. And listen, and let me say this. That part, I agree with. That part, I admire in you.
Okay.
That part, I think is amazing.
Right.
Cam, look at me. That part, I say thank you for being a man who's vertical, who stood up and dealt with his decisions, whether it was decisions you liked or you didn't, or you planned or you didn't, and you did what you had to do. That's called a man, baby.
Right.
So thank you for being a man.
Yes, ma'am.
And doing your thing, seriously, with the best that you have. I think that's amazing.
Right.
And I say this, follow up, not to negate everything I just said, because I truly believe that and feel that. And I love that you did that. You did leave them fatherless. My father didn't leave me fatherless. It changed my life because he didn't leave me fatherless. I used to sit with him randomly and say, Daddy, thank you. For what? For not making me a fatherless little girl. Because I ain't out here desperate. And I got a daddy I can come home and nest in. I got a daddy I can come home who's a gangster, a street dude. I can make a phone call and you there.
It's done.
And you there. So I ain't looking for no street, excuse my language, nigga, to save me. I got my savior. I'm good. And the street dude to save me may crucify me. I'm good. Daddy ain't gonna crucify me. See, there's a difference. So with you, I'm saying thank you because my father has 6 of us by 5 different women, but he was a father. And so when you say, Doc, but I'm a daddy, don't negate that. I hear you more than you believe me hear you because I had a daddy who was a father and he wasn't in the house with all of us. But from a woman who was a little girl who had the best daddy I've seen a girl have straight up to this day. I'm not saying you ain't, but that's my daddy. I wasn't in the house with him. So the things that whoever he was in the house with That environment is different from me coming over and seeing it. Now, for your babies, they all live with you. Their environment is different from when they go with mommy and mommy has whoever's in that house. So the roles have just switched. But
the only thing I'm going to say about this is that as long as Cam is taking care of his children and being there for his children, that's what matters before anything.
But it still makes...
No matter if he is trying to take his time to find his Mrs. Newton. As long as he's taking care of all 8 of his kids, being the father figure that they need in their lives, that's all that truly is for me.
Not the kids, hear me out. It still makes the household dynamic is a blended, broken household. It doesn't mean that your babies have to grow up broken. This is what I want to be clear on. It doesn't mean that you as a father can change their life. Listen, I beat the odds of being a baby mama because I had a daddy that wasn't in the house, but he was in my life, he was in my ear, he was in my ass about decisions. So this is why I'm saying the household, baby, is still broken, but it doesn't mean your kids have to be. But it's about coming into awareness of what really is. And like my father knew, he had blended families, broken homes, but he tried to overcompensate, and he did in every way he could by being a daddy. So that's all I'm saying is we can label it what we want, but the reality is this is what a blended family looks like, boys, so that your boys make different and better decisions than daddy did. Not that you didn't do the best of what you had, but so your boys can say, Daddy, I admire you, but I did it different. Daddy, thank you for not letting me be fatherless, but I did it different. Your daughter can say, Daddy, I only married him and got all 5 kids with just one because 2 things, you was in my life, and because I didn't have to choose from despair, and because I love you, but I didn't want to have 3 or 4 or 5 kids by multiple men. So I chose different than you. But watch this. But he has these similarities about you that I love. He's loving. He won't leave me hanging. He's stable. He got my back. Because that's what I love about you. But your choices is what I didn't choose in this man. And that's okay. I don't choose my father in men who have the multiple kids on me. So you're doing a hell of a job, thank you. But the situation is what it is. It's the reality of it.
Interesting. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the rest of the show. It looked like it's starting to kind of droop down a little bit in the viewers.
We have a game?
But
Learn about yours. In a game, difference, giving us 5 things that cause a deep joy, anger, sadness, fear, and disgust. Right? Do you understand? So obedient and function in a high value or high functioning by just stopping and saying, oh, I can't. Woosah.
To hear this perfectly popping fizz described as crispy sounds just about perfect.
Are you ready?
We didn't watch everything we need to see,
ready.
right?
Joy.
My family, my brother, Shane, my mom, my nieces and...
Anger.
I can't say the word that came to my mind, but I'm a code switch it.
No, keep it funky.
I got a code switch it, Cam.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh,
see, you promised to keep it funky, all funky. So help you God. Why you keep reciting all these biblical versions and all these different...
Yeah, it ain't metabiblical about what I thought. Okay, say the word again and I'll say it. Say the word again.
Well, like they say in church, let them use you.
Woo.
So, the word is, as you heard, you're so intellectual for you not to listen.
So I can't code switch it. Damn, go ahead.
Anger.
F-U-C-K. Negroes. That's what comes with it. And it's
F-U-C.
See, I'm about to envy it. See, that's what I was waiting for this whole time. Glorilla music. I told you. Been saying this the...
Can't fuck, nigga, free. Yes.
That's what comes to mind, yeah.
You get angry
about that, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been saying this the whole time. This is how women really be acting, though. 2004.
We gotta break those generational curses, man. Yeah.
Okay. Saying this whole time.
Next word.
God. That didn't resonate with me. It should take me longer to get there.
Let me see.
With your prognosis, Would you consider me a high value man?
High valued or high functioning?
High value and high functioning.
Both.
High valued, yes. I think that you are. Wait. Well, hold on. You know,
you
value's
got my
different than
undivided
functioning. Okay.
attention.
High
So-
valued, yes.
Okay.
Because obviously you have the value,
Okay.
right? High functioning, I believe that you are a hybrid. I think that you are in the journey, in the process of still becoming. I think that you have more low functioning behaviors. Seriously, and I think that your thoughts and emotions, when you're allowing yourself to really be you, not Cam Newton I'm on, not Cam on the field, whatever this personality you've created. I
Superman.
think your thoughts and emotions are high functioning when you're
Super Newton.
being the core of the essence of who you are. And I, damn, I'm just gonna be obedient. And I believe and hope that
Please.
your
speak
babies,
free.
especially your boys, they let more of that part of you that's in them shine and lead than not the decision making. I'm not saying then the part of has nothing to do with decision making. Then the part of that has been masked or the part that entertains. I hope that they can, because for them, for their benefit, they can dwell in who they are, which is that part of the high functioning and that loving and that vulnerable piece that you do have that I've seen, you know, just sitting here with you. That part's beautiful. And I think you should let that be out more. Why you don't? Think that goes in with your fear, but that's a whole nother
That
segment.
goes in with
Go
who?
ahead. That goes in with your whole fear of divorce and all this other stuff. But that's a whole nother. That'd be a session we do one-on-one. A whole nother
Yeah,
session.
but those are also life experiences, though. See, this is where I was holding back from your critique on broken and blended. So basically, any man, you're fucked if you're trying to get.
Well, dang, just
Dr. Shaw.
take their hope from them.
No, it's you said that.
I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
because she said that if you have kids, she don't want a man with kids. So it is just like, well, she did say she doesn't oppose of it, but she would rather choose a man that doesn't have kids. But she's not opposed to a man that does have kids. That is her preference of a man that doesn't have kids.
You said there's no chance.
I didn't say no chance.
She ain't say no chance. She just rather choose a man that doesn't have kids.
There's no chance.
Okay.
Your words, not mine. That
Okay.
you would ever get with a guy that had children. So the reality of that is like life happens, situations happen, and I would ascribe to this narrative: do the best you possibly can.
Absolutely.
In this thing that we call life.
100%.
Because it's tough, it's hard. I'm a father to my children, not because of me being able to pay for private schools. I'm a father to my children because I treat them not only how society is going to treat them, I give them the wisdom not only did my father give me, but I also give the nurturing that my family provided for me, doing the best. Now, my circumstances of growing up were
Right.
mom, dad, religion. I seen that. I just went down the other street that I was curious to find out, like most people.
And curiosity did what? That cat.
Bought coochie.
That cat. Yeah.
I'm about to envy it, bro. That's I think that's enough. This video is 2 hours long. Anyways, that is the end of this therapy session with Cam Newton and Dr. Bryant. This was a very good video. I don't know how many more of these we gonna do, but this was a very good video. Almost 1 million views in 6 days. But you guys let me know down below in the comments how you feel about this. Woman expectations of low functioning men, dating, marriage, and broken homes. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man.